All right, you know what time it is. Once again, as usual, time's right about that time. Note to self time already, motherfucker. And if you don't know, well, now you know, bitch, straight into it. Let's do this motherfucker shit. You know how we do it. What is good, my fellow underdogs? Now, here's the thing. I went on that dating podcast. Well, it's not even a dating podcast. What the fuck is it? Okay, so I went on that show, that Black Pill show that's called Female Game, and it was yesterday, and I was on the show with Prodigy. So basically, my experience of being on that show, don't get me wrong, whenever I come on the show, it's fun and all that shit. We have good debates, dope discussions and all that shit. But the only thing that I don't like is whenever the motherfuckers, they argue in bad faith, or like they will try to throw personal attacks like this is some WWE shit. Like the thing is, they constantly interrupt people. They don't let people getting a word in. They overtalk people. They don't let people get a word in. They lead with personal attacks. They're just, I don't know. It kind of pisses me off though. Like that's the thing. They be trying to throw people off their square. And the thing is, like, I come in the conversation in good faith trying to have a conversation with them on some real shit. And instead of having a real conversation, they want to be some assholes. They like the whole like let's say if I'm talking about global warming, or if I'm talking about an example of XYZ, and then you're bringing up the fact that, okay, me being either overweight or whatever the fuck, I'm like, that has nothing to do with, the argument at hand. Or like, let's say if Prodigy is making a video, or Prodigy's talking about a point that's very relative to the discussion, and then you're gonna try to relate it to, oh yeah, you made out with a trans. Like, bro, why are you bringing that shit up? Why the fuck? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, what? Like, first of all, that's not even true. And second of all, why do you always, it's like they start the conversation off disrespectful and bad faith. And then they wonder why people just find them so fucking annoying and so irritating. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, who the fuck starts a conversation off like that, man? And then the worst guy is that Jake the Snake dude. I don't know who the fuck he is, man, but that dude be interrupting people every 5 fucking seconds. First of all, you're long-winded in your responses to people. In your scenarios, you're long-winded. And then whenever people try to answer your questions, then you revise the scenario as people are trying to answer them. And then the thing is, he has a conversation in bad faith. You're like, what is the solution to A, B, and C? Then when I try to give the solution, then instead of acknowledging that this is a viable solution to the problem, but then you're going to try to shift the goal. You're going to move the goalpost by saying, oh, well, he already did that. And this happened. And oh, he did that and it still didn't work. So now what's next? What's next? Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? It's like, I don't know. It's like they are projecting their own personal lives on other people. Like whatever issues that they have with women, like, okay, they can't get girls. See, the thing is, here's the thing, right? Either they can't get women, or if they do get women, they let the women run them. Because how are you going to make a podcast talking about female game when at the end of the day, it's like, you're going to say that game doesn't exist, but then make a podcast talking about female game, but game doesn't exist. If there's a such thing as female game, then that means that game does exist. And if there's a female game, then there's a male game as well. And you want to claim that game doesn't exist. The only thing that doesn't exist are the females on your panel that y'all claim to be talking about. Y'all give way too much. Like how are you going to talk about female game and ain't no bitches? Ain't no women, ain't no girls. Like, what are you talking about, man? Why am I going to listen to a bunch of men who we don't see around women talk about women, bro? It would be better if I heard female game come from a female, actual woman, dude. It would be like it was the same problem that I had with that female black pillar that was talking about men issues. I'm like, why are we gonna listen to a woman talk about men's issues? Why are we gonna listen to a man talk about a sausage fest full of men talking about female game? Either they don't get pussy, and if they do get pussy, then they let the bitches run them. They get bent over by the women they're with, because you're putting women too much on pedestals. Oh, it's the woman's game. You're just playing her game. You're like, bro, see, that only happens to men who are weak. That happens to men who are bitches like you, who have no balls. Her balls are in your fucking purse. You are a castrated eunuch. You are a beta. You are a simp. This is why this happens to you. This don't happen to me. And matter of fact, guys like me, I dedicate my channel to try to, teach guys how to protect themselves from women who either think like this, or women who are on that sort of timing, Like you got to be able to, peep the signs, man. That's the thing. If you don't, then you're going to get finessed. You're going to get used. You're going to get taken for a ride. And see, they've been used, they've been hurt, they've been fucked over by women, and then they project that shit on to other men. And see that this is the difference between the red pill and the black pill. The red pill acknowledges reality for what it is. But the difference between red pill and black pill is red pill is about self improvement. We try to come up with solutions to get out of the situation because even if at the current market, right, the dating world is the women who are the ones who are running the show. I mean, to some extent, I do agree with that. But my solution to that is men need to stand up for themselves and take their fucking power back. You black pillars acknowledge the reality just like red pill, but y'all motherfuckers is just like, it's over, it's hopeless, just give up hope. The woman is the one who runs the world. How the fuck, bro? You're a bitch. How the fuck are you gonna have this type of mentality? And then you wonder why you're getting ran by women. You're wondering why it's happy wife, happy life, and not happy spouse, happy house. Because you allow yourself to be bitched around by the woman. That's why she doesn't respect you. That's why she treats you like shit. Men are the builders. We are the leaders. We are the alphas. We are the, builders of society and civilization. All of these buildings, technology, all these innovative things that we come up with to keep the world going. This woman who claims to be running everything, she wouldn't be able to live a soft life that she's living had it not been for a man. And you want to say that the power goes to the woman? Get the fuck out of here. Only people who think like that are bitches. And this is no attack against them, but I'm just saying you got to get out of this fucking mindset. This is why women treat you the way they do. This is why they don't have respect for men anymore. Because you give up your power and pedestalize these women. Why? Because she's pretty? Because she got a fat ass? I don't give a damn if a woman is above me in terms of looks match. That doesn't mean that she's better than me as a human being. And that doesn't mean that, because she's pretty, I'm going to pedestalize her and treat her like whatever the fuck when she hasn't earned that position in my life to even, for even me to treat her like that, man. And then there was something that I heard Wido say about the Scribe MD book and whatever that he bought. He was saying that I didn't get a handout. I paid for all of the books so that I could read. Listen, if something is valuable to you, then you would pay for it. Is that why you pay for pussy? Is that why you pay for sex? Is that why you guys in the black pill talk about pay for play? Because if you're talking about if anything is valuable, then you would pay for it. You're paying the woman for sex. So that would mean that you're putting the pussy that you pay for on a pedestal. And don't get me wrong, I don't have an issue with pay for play. I don't have an issue with that. There are times where I've done it myself. But the thing is, there are pros and cons to paid situations and there are pros and cons to organic situations as well. Either way it goes, you are paying either way. Either you pay in time or you pay in money. But at the end of the day, all I'm trying to say specifically for this one is, whether or not you're paying organically or you're paying for the woman directly, in both situations, you have to lead the interaction. You're the one in charge. You're the one who is leading the interaction where it is that you want to go. And if the woman doesn't do what it is that you say, especially when you're putting your resources and effort into that shit, then you got to find another woman who will do exactly what it is that you say. You're the one who runs the shit, not the woman. But yeah, these motherfuckers, they like to gang up on people. They like to jump people. It would be like 3-on-1 or like 5-on-1. Person talking shit. But then the thing is, I'm like, dude, if we're gonna be fair, let's have a good conversation. All right. So I feel like last time when I was on the show, my point got misconstrued, and I really couldn't get my point across fully because I had to get off the phone. I had a phone call. But yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I asked the Jose guy, I'm like, okay, do you think that there's a difference between a standard and a preference? Okay, I would say, in my opinion, there's a difference between, so let me do the clarification, right? There's a difference between a standard and a preference. Now, see, standards and preferences, they go hand in hand interchangeably, but there are differences in terms of standards and preferences. Now, see, if you have a preference for something, right? Now, okay, so basically standard is basically meeting up with the looks requirement threshold, in terms of quality. We all have different ranges in terms of quality that we like or dislike that meet up with the prerequisite, right? So if I have a preference for something, that's where the standard is going to kick in terms of quality. Okay. So the quality is going to kick in, the standard is going to kick in based off of the certain quality of things that I like. All right. Now, let's say if I do not have a preference for something, it doesn't matter what the standard is for that thing. If I don't have a preference for it, I do not have a preference for it, regardless of the quality. Like, for example, right? Let's say, all right, if I like women, right? I mean, I do like women, but we're gonna use that as the example, right? So I like women. There's a certain type of women that I'm going to like based off of a certain standard of whatever it is that I like. And if a woman meets up with the standard, then that's what it is. You know, then I'm going to choose based off of the quality, you know? So standards kick in when you have a preference for something. Now, when you do not have a preference for something, let's say if a woman doesn't have a preference for short guys, it doesn't matter what quality of short man it is in terms of looks, in terms of anything else. If I'm just not into short men, I'm not into short men. And there's no quality of short man that is going to change my mind in terms of what it is I don't have a preference for. Like, for example, we can even use the whole trans thing as a example, right? Let's say if I do not have a preference for trans, right? It doesn't matter the quality of trans person in terms of looks. If I'm not in a trans person, I'm not in a trans person, and it doesn't matter what type of trans may look a certain way. If that's not what I like, that's not what I like. If I'm not into it, I'm not into it. So I think that would be the difference between standards and preference. It would have to. So the bottom line of what I'm trying to say is, based off of what a woman's individualistic set of standards and preferences are, that can be something that deviates from whatever golden standard that it is that they're talking about. See, when you look at it from a holistic viewpoint, then of course, it's going to look bleak. It's going to look like, oh, women, they only see things one way. But when you look at it from an individualistic standpoint, women like different things. Women have different requirements and prerequisites of what it is that they like. And you can be an average looking guy objectively, but if she subjectively looks at you as like her version of a Chad or whatever the fuck it is, you may look average looking, but if you're her certain type of guy, her preference of guy, then she's going to go for you, because of how she feels about you. Like I said, lots of times women, their emotions change. And because women are so emotional, their emotions can alter the perception of how a guy looks attractive in terms of, the way she sees the guy. And that's the beauty of attraction. And then they keep on talking about this bullshit ass 95-5 rule. That shit does not apply in real life. My thing is, that shit might apply in like places like Tinder, where women are extremely shallow and shit. But even with all that, you're going to meet up with some women's requirements when it comes to how many millions of women are on the internet. You might be her you might be her version of a top 5% guy, and you will never know. And the thing is, it takes more than just like a lot of this internet shit does not apply in real life. Y'all need to get off the internet and meet women in real life. All of this fucking going on the internet shit and swiping, bro. Like that shit is baseless. That doesn't mean anything. An interaction on the internet is nothing like the real thing. But I'm talking to a bunch of dudes who haven't touched grass or pussy in 3 years. Nah, but I'm going in like this because, they be talking shit. They be saying little slick shit, especially that bitch ass Jake the Snake guy. I'm like, dude, why the fuck he always got some smart ass shit to say? Or he got some dumb ass shit to say. And the dude is not fucking funny. The dude is corny. He one of them square ass, lame, weirdo, semi-autistic motherfuckers who the only person he's funny to is himself. Nobody thinks you're funny. What did he say? In the closet soldier? That is so dumb. That is the dumbest. This nigga, you corny as fuck, bro. You're not even funny. See, the thing is, for me, I be making bitches laugh. I be making bitches cry genuine tears of laughter whenever they get around me. Your jokes suck. You are not that guy. But I don't know, man. Like, imagine being a so-called fucking Marine, fighting for the country and doing all this shit, to come back home and to get bitched around by your wife, or to get bitched around by the woman that you're with. It's her game. We just live in it. It's her world. We live in it. You risked your life fighting for the country, doing all this admirable shit, fighting for the country. Thank you for your service anyway. But my thing is, you come back home to a country that you fought for to get treated like a bitch by the women you're with, and you tolerate that shit? The fucking hell is wrong with you? But my thing is, I ain't gonna lie, man. According to the statistics, man, military men, y'all motherfuckers get it the worst. Bitches be cheating on the military men, the army men, navy, marines, all them shits. Them motherfucking dudes be getting cheated on the worst while they're out on tour fighting for the country and all this other shit. The bitches be cheating on the dudes, taking their fucking, their government checks and spending it and just basically getting fucked by other dudes in the house that he pays for and shit. Like that shit happens a lot to military men. They get it the worst. That's why I feel so bad for him. And they even make a joke about it in the military. They be calling whenever it happens to him. Yeah, the joke is whenever the military or army or navy guy or Marine guy is out on tour fighting for the country, the joke is they say that, Jody's banging your wife. Oh, Jody's fucking your wife right now. It's just like they call him Jody. That's the joke. They always, because it happens so many times to the military man, which I'm not going to lie, I feel bad for him. That's probably why he has that mindset of thinking like, yeah, it's the women's running the show. Because they probably get ran through, they probably get game ran on them by their women. My thing is either you get no, it's either one or two things. Either you get no pussy or you have game ran on by your wife. I'm not one of those guys. That shit don't happen to me. Bitch, I wish it could. I wish it would. Shit. See, if you had game, shit like this would never happen to you. See, y'all motherfuckers, y'all are some weirdo, socially awkward, low IQ, semi-autistic, game goofy, lame ass motherfuckers. And women see your type a motherfucking mile away. Just like a fucking sniper with a motherfucking 50 cal. BMG. That's how good they are at scoping your asses out. And you will never know. Oh shit, I know this video is going to be long, but yeah, let me end this video right now. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. But until then, I'm out. You already know what it is, man. It's the underdog motherfucking soldier. I have spoken. And I approve this message. Deuces.